This is the Rappelz Tournament Beginner's Guide for Templars. First, you're going to want to make sure that you are properly equipped. Templar is going to be based on vitality. That'll allow you to have more attack based on the skill Righteous Purpose. More max HP will increase your attack. So for Nucelite gear, you'll either want Heaven's Madness or Righteous Purpose. With Righteous Purpose being like the majority of people, that's what you want. But if you're first starting out and you get one with Heaven's Madness, that's fine. It'll get the job done until you get a Righteous Purpose gear. You can get Nucelite gear from Hard Mode Abyss or Ursa 195 and Battle of the Ancients, or from the auction house. So first off, your belt, you can either get a Yeshiva belt for usually around 40 to 50 T gold from a player, or a bear skin belt with Deva physical. This one is a Gaia one, but it would just be passive and physical Deva skills. And that's pretty much what you want. For belt pets, it's going to be S1 Minotaurs. It's pretty much what you're going to want to do. You can use like white dragons, but 5 S1 Minotaurs pretty much gets the job done. You're going to want to either use Soul of Lunacy or Hector's Boss of Courage. This one drops from Hector's. This one will help you heal a little better than some of the other ones. This one also works, but it just depends. This one has a little more vitality. Towards the end, you can get a Devil Reviac card, but you're gonna want the healing. And if you do Treasury, which is the 205 dungeon, you're gonna want to switch back to Hector and get a Boss Crystal with Oratia healing as well. I'll show that in a little graphic here. And so, as you can see from the chart, the rare boss crystals, it's not really great for us as a Templar. Isn't really much we actually get. The epic one is when we start to actually get some useful things. Like if you get Oratia and Draka and Kraken, that's like set, you'd be fine. If you can get Oratia, Draka, Widow, and Kraken, you're done. That's like, until you can get a mythical with more of the beneficial ones, that's it. Like that's gonna be your end game crystal until you eventually get like a god tier roll for the mythical. So that should be good enough for the vast majority of people. Your skills will vary. I tend to do something very specific with these, but for the most part, you can just do Holy Ground and Heaven's Madness. As long as you do that correctly, that's pretty much all you need to do, as well as Taunt if you're in Abyss, because you need to taunt the mobs, but this is it. Some people, for bosses, like using Defense Breaker, Offense Breaker, and Physical Breaker. As you can see, it decreases the P defense by a decent amount, but realistically, the mobs have like 200,000 P defense, so it's not really going to matter. What will matter is Holy Ground, because that's 10%. If you also use Crystal Spider, that has minus a decent amount as well. If we pull it out real quick. This is just a voiceover to also indicate, I forgot to do the third ability, which is Restrain. Restrain is your single target, like on a boss, your big damage ability. So make sure to use Restrain when you're purely doing bosses. Bosses for Volcanus or just daily bosses, use Restrain. As you can see with Crystal Spider, that's another minus 10%. That's another minus 20%. So with 2 abilities, you get minus 40 to 50%. Very useful in Volcanus. And some of the bosses, you can't really use it in Abyss hard mode or Abyss 4 because the mobs will just kill your pet. Even if you position it just right, it's still very wonky. Wouldn't recommend pets for those, especially the dots. But you can do it like that. So yeah, as long as you are in like an Abyss situation, you want to position it like this. And you're going to be able to get 3 of these off. And yeah, just keep spamming and taunting. You'll make a triangle. Make an Illuminati reference here, you know, because the Knights Templar. Very fun. Your self buffs are going to be Blessing, Active Guard, Divine Cluster, and Force of Nature. I just put it here because this is where I have my buff slave stuff, but you can put it all in a row here. You'll also notice I have a lower level Hate Aura and a lower level Heaven's Madness. That is for when you reborn. Your Yeshiva belt doesn't work until 180, so you need to use the lower level skill to level back up to 180. It shouldn't take you more than 10-15 minutes at most to get back to 180. Your toggles are going to be Imbued Light, Onslaught, Holy Aura, and Provocation. Holy Aura is going to be your very important one if you ever want to do gold farming while AFK. That's fine. Or doing Abyss 2 or 3. AFK, you need that. But you're going to need a decent amount of vitality, so I'd recommend getting a Magus, War Kahuna, at Cardinal Buff Slave for the vitality. Very important. Gear, for your mace, you're going to want to roll 4% M attack, 3% P attack, because Holy Ground is M attack based. And then the shield, same thing, 4%, 3%. When you get a 4% M attack, you are guaranteed 3% P attack. It's just how they roll, and you want a high enough crit power to make that work. For a lot of the accessories, you're going to want to roll double vitality, if not triple vitality. That's going to take you a while, and you'll get unlucky. Sometimes maybe you'll roll a triple vitality, but it's like 10 or 15 vitality of each stat, and that's kind of shit. So you just want to double or triple with mid-30s to 40s. If you get 2 in the 30s and 40s, I would just keep it. You're going to be spending an hour or so doing that if you're wanting to get 30 to 40 triple vitality. It's worth it in the end, but it's just, you got to determine if that's worth your time. Yeshiva earrings are the de facto ones. Don't use Kraken earrings. The Kraken earrings are from the Reborn tokens. They're not worth it. You need over, I think, 10,000 vitality to make the Kraken earrings worth it. And by the time you get 10,000 base vitality, you're not going to really care about it. You're going to be already Reborn 20 plus. It's not going to matter. So stick with the Yeshiva stuff. You can get this from Abyss 4 or buy it from someone. These are in the thousands for most people. We just sell it to the NPC. If you ask nicely, someone will give it to you. Or if you just farm it from Abyss 4, just note Abyss 4 is painful. The main pet you can use is the Bloodthirsty Slaughter. It has the Vitality Unity. So this will be, for the most part, what most people use. You can also use a secondary pet as an Ethereal Pixie for the big buff for M attack and MP if you have issues running out of that. So let's add the Pixie and show you what that is. It is the Eternal, or Elemental Harmony, excuse me. It gives you a decent amount of both P attack, M attack, strength, and intelligence. You can use that throughout Abyss 1 through 3. Do not use this in Abyss 4, Abyss Hard Mode, Battle of the Ancients. You can maybe get away with it in Ursa 195. They don't do the dots. But anything else, your pets are just gonna die super fast. not really worth the risk of having to repair them constantly. At the Death Tyrant NPC, you can get the pet potion buff for Bloodthirsty Slaughter. For titles, if you hit your semicolon key, most people will use Camper. It reduces the damage taken, and it's very useful. But it's not always the number one. A lot of people like Meet Me at Deathmatch because it gives you the 100 stats. So you'll occasionally see one or two of those. And rarely, you're never going to really see Abyss Conqueror. It's going to be either Camper or Meet Me at Deathmatch. So those are your titles that you can use. For miscellaneous buffs, you will want to use the Gladiator's Vitality, Strength, and Intelligence. And you want to use Purified pieces of Vitality, Strength, and Intelligence. You get the Purified pieces from either spin tokens. You get them every hour. You just do spin to win, and you'll get a few pieces. Or you can also buy them from here. Here I'm going to demonstrate how you can do AFK farming in Gold Farm. For the most part, it's relatively easy. You can either do a setup of, if you're just going to AFK, you just sit in the middle here, and they'll just die. And this will allow you to passively farm gold bars specifically, so that you can buy stuff like Noose-like gear from the auction house. This will help you get a ton of it, so you can actually afford it. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not touching anything. And you're going to have the rabbits spawn on you. The other spot is over here. This is where you see a lot more people do it. But if you're actively here, you can just hit the taunt button and do Holy Aura and Holy Ground, and you'll never have them attack you. And this is pretty much it. This is how you can passively farm gold. So if you want to go do stuff around the house, just have it AFK here. You can do that. You don't have to do any buttons. Hate Aura was not pressed. They will just run to you. And you can farm here for a few hours. Do keep it to one character. Don't bring in a bunch of characters to do this. Just keep it at one. This is mostly for new players to do this, so they can at least earn some gold. And yeah, that's pretty much all. Like, you can do this in Abyss 3. Alright, so as you can see, I'm not buffed at all. So if you want to use your premium pass, you can see how much reducing the damage that did. Buffers will make that substantially better. But as you can see, they're dying very slowly. So again, if you want to do this, it is doable. I believe you can do this one, and that should heal you. Yep. You can see my health is going up. So this will protect you. That would be the Hector card, because that does absorb 5% of the damage SP and heals you. So yeah, you could do this. If you want to go level while AFK, this is the method to do that. It is 100% allowed, but again, one character. Don't be making a bunch of these and putting them all through that. Like, don't do that. You are allowed one character to do this while AFK. Make sure to do it while there isn't really many people here. If Abyss 3 is packed, go to Abyss 2. Don't take a spot from active players if you can help it. But if you're AFK and then a bunch of people show up, you do have the right to that spot. But this is just one of those. As long as you're here, it's your spot. Just be mindful of other players. That's about it for the basic Templar guide. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, you can ask me in-game or in our Discord server. And yeah, that's pretty much it.